Hello and welcome to the Black Morass. This is the second to last Burning Crusade dungeon, and this is the second of the two Caverns of Time dungeons. The first one being rescuing Thrall from Durnhold. This one is quite a bit darker. It is allowing Medivh to open the dark portal and summon the orcish horde to Azeroth undisturbed by the infinite dragonflight. So this is the Blasted Lands. This is what the Blasted Lands used to look like before it was blasted. So this joined up with Swamp of Sorrows to make one big giant swamplands, but now Swamp of Sorrows is all that remains, and the Blasted Lands are blasted, and here is the Dark Portal. The Dark Portal which we used to traverse to the Outlands. This is it in its infancy. It is just being opened now by Medivh.
Order your warlocks to double their efforts. Moments from now, the gateway will open, and your horde will be released upon this right, unsuspecting.
Now, it's very cool that Medivh gets his own unique model, considering he's only in this one scene doing this one thing, but yep, there is no human in WoW that looks like him. He's not just a random assortment of customizable parts, he is a proper Medivh model, which is pretty cool. And now, what's going to go on here? It's a pretty plain, straightforward, rather dull dungeon, really. As you can see, there are rifts. There are going to be 18 rifts. We just have to kill the dragons as they come through the rifts. And when these Rift Lords are here, as long as they stay up, small dragons will start to show up and make their way towards Medivh, and if they're allowed to go kill Medivh and take down his shields, then we wipe, sort of, and the dungeon has to be started all from the beginning. Every 6 rifts we will face a boss. So that is basically all that's going on here. Let's get rid of that Crocolisk. And this Rift Lord shall know true death. There we go. I'm not going to bother skinning these things. Where is the next rift? Keep an eye out, people. Obviously, with a level 70 group, you'll have want to have cleared out these critters beforehand, lest they become a bit of a pain. But beyond that, the ones in the outer rims certainly are fine to be left alone. So there's no real difference between Rift Keepers and Rift Lords. I guess it's a slight difference in the abilities they use, but the rules are basically the same. Kill them as quickly as you can before poor old Medivh gets attacked by lil dragons. Oh gosh. So, come on, face me, Keeper. Delicious. I will accomplish everything, actually. So what's going on now? Okay, this is the 6th rift. This will either contain the boss or the boss will come after this one. I'm not sure of which, but it looks like the boss is coming after... No! So yeah, that was Chronoloord Daedra. I can't quite remember his tactics. Don't know if he had any particularly. Just deal with it. And now that he's dead, we're going to be given a stupidly generous amount of time to recover our health before the next set of portals comes. Now, you'll notice at the start, by the way, that I got a Chrono Beacon. This calls forth a Guardian of Time, which is a bronze dragon, and every group member can get one, and they can use it once. So if you ever need any help, you could summon a quick bronze dragon to do a bit of fighting for you. If possible, most people like to save it for the final boss, who is a big old dragon. So let's check out Medivh's cool model while we've got time to wait. Those are his raven-esque shoulders, which he uses to transform it. Well, yeah, he transforms into a raven, and those shoulders, they don't give him that power, they're just sort of thematic of it. Now, for those who don't know the backstory of Medivh, Sargeras, the most powerful demon in the universe, was you know, he wanted to take Azeroth at some point. He tried once upon a time and failed, and he can't physically manifest in his full power on Azeroth, so what he did was he physically manifested himself as a significantly weakened version of himself in Azeroth, and challenged Ayera, or something like that, the Guardian of Tirisfel, to combat. Ayera was a female mage, and she was pretty damn powerful, but no match at all for Sargeras, but Sargeras didn't let her know this. He allowed her to kill him, or at least think that she killed him, whereas in fact his spirit possessed her womb. Now, Guardians of Tirisfel are sworn to celibacy, but either through Sargeras' influence or just through her own, she ended up shacking up with a bloke called Neela Saran, and the result was Medivh. And as soon as Medivh was conceived, Sargeras went from possessing the womb to possessing the baby, and when he turned 13 years old, he fell into a coma for a very, very long time, and when he woke up, Sargeras was in complete control, hence the opening of the Dark Portal and the second big demonic invasion of Azeroth. It's not quite sure what Medivh's current state is in terms of mortality, but he was murdered by his pupils, I think, when they realised that he was evil and crazy. They murdered him, but then he was larking around in Warcraft 3, seemingly free of Sargeras' influence, and from that point was trying to help stop the third demonic invasion, and indeed he did just that. So certainly Medivh in his current form seems to be good, whatever his current form may be. We haven't seen or heard anything of him since Warcraft 3. So it's possible he was, like, only granted limited time on the Earth or something, or on Azeroth, but, you know, just not sure. We're just not sure. Or maybe we are sure, and I'm not reading up on my lore properly. Either one of these things could be the case. So, as you can see, this is going to be pretty damn standard until we get to the next boss. There is very little to worry about here. May as well skin this guy. Yep, I took your leathers. Come on, how slow did they expect level 70 groups to be? Chop chop. Victory or death, that is an orc saying. You cannot steal that saying. For that reason alone, you get death. There's the other rift. Well over the... Oops. Yeah. So. Here we go. I heard a stealth noise. Indeed, there is a panther nearby, or rather, a jaguar. Or a jaguar. I don't know. However you are supposed to pronounce that, but... that jaguar could have been the end of us, but he chose not to be. Good little jaguar. Even though they're not elite, as with all dungeon mobs, they have no range at which they stop chasing you. Oh, we're at the second boss. Well, that was the end of him. Let's see what he did to me so far. Mortal wound, healing reduced by 20. So, okay. He might have become a pain to heal the tank with. Fair enough. Khadgar, by the way. Khadgar was Medivh's pupil who ended up murdering him. Now, Khadgar was about 20 years old when he did this, but Medivh was able to curse him to prematurely age. So when you meet Khadgar in Outlands now, he looks like a very, very old man, even though he should only be about 30. 34 at the most.
I need to get close.
So poor old Khadgar, I don't know if that means he's going to die earlier or if he's just going to look old for about 80 years, but... Good evening. But yeah, poor old Khadgar's not having a good time, he's probably grumpy. But hey, he took out one of the greatest demonic threats ever, and in fact, since Medivh's murder, we are not sure what has happened to Sargeras, because obviously he allowed his body to die. But that's fine, because so long as demons have souls, they can make themselves new bodies, eventually. The more powerful the demon, the longer it takes. But yes, so he allowed his body to die, but when Medivh was murdered, no one's quite sure what happened to his soul, So, Kill Jaden has since taken command of the entire Burning Legion, and I don't know if any of the Legion are making an attempt to look for Sargeras or to raise Sargeras, but we haven't seen any trace of his soul around so far, so Sargeras might be dead, but this is Warcraft, where no one is dead for very long, even people who really should be. You know, this game, characters come back to life for no good reason in this game, more often than our player characters themselves, you know? When we die, we do a corpse run, we find our corpse, we're resurrected, no one asks questions, that's how it happens. This seemingly seems to be the case for lore characters as well. Particularly if they've ever dealt with anything demonic at any point ever, then they've got a license to come back. Same with undeadness. And even without those prerequisites, sometimes they just come back to life anyway. So we are on our last set now. Where is the, I can't see the thingy. There it is. Come at me, bros. My bear will dance for you. The dance of death. You missed, fool. But I will never miss. Okay, where are we going now? I will never miss because I am wearing healing gear which contains a lot of spirit, which when in Shadow Spec is changed to hit rating, which means I am stupidly over the hit cap. Let's see where we are. Okay, spell. Spell, hit chance. Yeah. That's plus 25%. I think plus 8%. Plus 8% hit chance is when you are going to be able to hit everything no matter what. I'm at plus 25, so clearly the gear I'm wearing is not well suited for damage dealers, but of course I am a healer at heart. This is just my off-spec for when I need to do questy things. You will never defeat us all! Blurg! Blurg! Where is the last one then? Well, the second to last one, I guess. Yes. Once you get this one, we will then face the boss. Now the boss is a big dragon, and I think standard dragon rules apply to him. Stay away from the wings, stay away from the tail, stay away from the head, stay away from the tail. The wings are fine, the wings are the places you can go. So now let's face the big bad boss. He'll come out of here. Now I don't really know any tactics for him, because the only tactic I ever did at level 70 was everyone release your beacons now! And so we did that and everything became pretty much negligible.
Let us no longer be slaves.
It's too far away.
Leave Medivh alone.
Those who do not embrace this greater path shall become.
So he's got sand breath, so that's something for the tank and the tank alone. And then he dies. So now let's watch some lore.
I am grateful for your aid, champions. Now, Gul'dan's horde will sweep across this world like a locust swarm. All my designs, all my carefully laid plans will at last fall into place.
Alright, that's basically it. They're going to awkwardly walk back into the portal soon, because I guess they expect everyone's left at this point. So, thank you for watching. We have only Magister's Terrace to go now, which is a very, very beautiful dungeon. So, you know, as always, I'll see you later.